actually started. No. Doesn't sound right.
That smells horrible.
There's no way.
Oh, look at that. There's a hole in my block.
Good. She doesn't sound too hot right now. Reveler, probably not the best idea.
That's that stock motor life, baby. Reality. I can see the broken stock rod in there right now.
What do you think?
Fast as fuck until it blew.
Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I'm sure by now all of you have seen that we have lost the motor in our Forester. That's right, guys. The inevitable happened. So I'm probably going to play some clips in here of this thing going out for its final pull, and you guys getting to see what exactly had happened. Everything was on camera. We were actually just going out in the car to play around with the draggy. I just picked a draggy up for our all-wheel drive Civic build to hopefully dial that thing in so that we are ready to go to a track. If we don't have our local track, I would like to be able to have something to help me dial the car in more. So I bought a draggy. First time ever using it. Want to go use it in this, knowingly that this thing is pretty turned up. I mean, when I say pretty turned up, it's turned all the way up. 40 pounds, stock motor, 6870. Guys, with where this thing's at, I know at 40 pounds and the timing I have in this thing, the car is definitely over the 800 wheel region, and we know that we're pushing the absolute limits there. One thing to take note, never pushed a drop of coolant. I know you can't see in there, but you're gonna take my word that didn't push a drop of coolant. Didn't have any Reenland issues, any failures, other than obviously the rod. So I'm going to show you guys here before we get into this video, and hopefully it shows down there that there's a big hole. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and throw the clips in there of what exactly happened. So let's get to that drive, and then we'll get started pulling this thing apart.
I don't care about the feed.
Nah.
I'll reset it.
Are you ready?
Looks like I can hold both these at the same time.
Brake boost it. Damn. Old Rodney came to the party.
Damn.
Hey, about that toe, Jared.
Damn.
I cursed myself.
You did. That was a rod?
That was the rod.
I've never felt that before.
I felt it. That was the rod. For all the haters, it's not a stock motor. Well, ladies, that's a stock motor. And I don't know if we're going to make it back.
That sounds real good.
Not my turbo. Don't take my turbo out.
It sounds nice.
Oh, there is so much bad going on up there right now. My whole dash is about to come out of the fucking car.
Do you think it's smoking behind you?
I don't know. Hopefully it's not on fire.
I'm sorry, Josh.
I knew it was coming.
You stayed in it hard.
I stayed in it. It's gonna lock up.
We can push it.
We ain't pushing it from here, are you kidding me? There's the oil light.
We can walk and get the
Oh yeah, there goes the oil light.
We can walk and get the force.
That's a long walk, guys. Don't take my turbo out. That's all I'm asking for.
That means you got what, 0 PSI right now?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's got none in it.
doesn't sound terrible.
Look at that idle.
Are you sure that's a rod?
Oh yeah. Judging by all the oil behind us. Would the car be shaking as bad if it wasn't a rod?
I'm just looking for the best thing possible. Do you always drive this far on a rotted motor?
You know, I gotta give it to old girl. She's giving her heart out to me. Oil light's steady. She's losing power.
Trying to do a pull out. Holy shit.
Sorry, guy.
Well, you're sorry. What are you sorry about?
Dude, this thing's been so solid. I know it's turned up way too much right now.
Go pull out your Motec and look at the Motec data log and see what she hit.
Well, at least we were cataloging when this happened. So we will get to see, but God, I hope it doesn't smoke my turbo right now.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's close.
Dude, we're close.
We can push from here at least.
Ah.
But we don't need to, it's a Subaru.
I've never experienced something this bad.
This
right
is
now.
pretty fucking bad.
I've never had a car physically shake this bad.
There may be a possibility you lost your crank. Is there a crank on the road back there?
Or broke in half, something.
Something's fucking. Dude, this is vibrating as fuck. How is your oil light on that long, but it's still running?
I don't know. It must be those built internals.
It's gotta be.
Oh my God.
Bro, this is rough.
I can't believe we made it back.
How the hell is this thing running? Oh my God, dude.
I'm bored. We won't make too much of a mess. Do we see what's going on out there? A little sus. She sounds like a Subaru.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Oh my God, dude. Alright, pop the hood.
Pop the hood. Woo! You see all them oil, boys?
You got a flashlight?
I don't. I think I lost my rod. Where we at, boys?
Where's your...
Look at that. There's a hole in my block.
Nice!
Ow.
Sorry, Bader.
That's that stock motor life, baby. Reality. Here she is.
Alright,
Now you guys will get to see if it's truly a stock motor. I can see the broken stock rod in there right now. I've never seen a crank go around like that.
That's healthy. Alright, don't lose that turbo. Yeah, wow. That was cool.
Big crab. Did we get our 60 to 130? Where'd she go?
It was logging the whole time though. Didn't even show it.
Damn.
I'm a little sad. What is this? How do you work this
I
Lamborghini?
have no idea.
Don't come over here. So, what do you think?
Fast as fuck until it blew.
Subaru
That was
reliability,
fast.
baby.
Yeah, that was insane.
You get your face?
No way.
Bud,
This is what your car is about to look like, my friend.
there's a hole in my motor.
No.
Thankfully, we're not on fire.
That's good.
Who's driving?
Me.
Oh,
This is my problem.
damn.
That was all of it.
Yeah, that's a lot of oil.
It was your fat asses, both of you in it.
I know. Go look at the log. Probably hit 50 pound.
It was moving over the road pretty good. It was pretty fast.
It actually started. What's wrong with it? You ain't got no gas in
I
it?
hear my turbo.
I heard the turbo, so that means the turbo's good.
She doesn't sound too hot right now.
Huh.
I found she ain't got no oil in it. Reveler, probably not the best idea.
Hey, if it's leaking oil, it's got oil.
It does have oil.
Check the dipstick. You might have some in there.
Oh, we're full. Good to go. This thing's always been full of oil.
Halfway up the dipstick still?
Dude, it's still halfway up. We'll give her another plunge. Dude, right there. We're still mint.
How's that possible?
Because it was filled up halfway up the dipstick.
Still would beat.
Good thing you had the extra oil in her tonight.
Still would beat most Subarus this way.
Probably would. You want to go race Jared's car?
Let's do it. It'd be on fire. Where's the brake cleaner at? I gotta spray my turbo off. Now I was gonna make a whole separate video about stock motors and making power. Kind of to, you know, clear the air with some other shops and having customers come in and having customers be under the impression that these things are bulletproof, bomb-proof, nothing's ever gonna happen, which anybody making power on a stock motor, I think you guys can understand it. It's not bulletproof. It's not what the parts were intended for, you know, especially when we're, what, almost 3 times what these parts were rated for, and that's at the wheels. That's not even at the crank. Definitely well beyond their limits. So I think I'm not gonna make a separate video, guys. I don't wanna be super repetitive on this. I've already been repetitive enough. I think I've already given you guys enough disclosures, disclaimers. Take it what you want. If you're not reading disclaimers and you're just taking away that we're making 800 wheel on a stock motor and they're going to live forever, then obviously you need to do more research, because that's not the case. This is the inevitable. This will happen, guys. Failures are going to happen, especially when you're pushing a stock motor well beyond its limits, especially this far. I mean, to take for what this thing has gone through, having some questionable work before on the motor, to lose a rod, I'll take it, guys. You know, at the end of the day, we didn't have a ring land failure. We didn't push coolant. We didn't take the motor out in any other way other than a part physically not being strong enough for what we're doing. So as you saw in the clip there, we did choose to brake boost it. Definitely not a good idea. Stock rods. I've already been bringing power in sooner and sooner, and we know that's not a good idea. I've just been throwing the moon at this thing. And one thing I'm going to take a note, and I'm going to wrap this up real quick, and then we'll get to tearing it down. I saw some that were pretty not happy about us blowing this motor up, saying it's a perfect running motor. Why would you just go out and blow it up? It's a waste of time. These things are just bombs. Guys, you're taking the wrong mindset from it. What this is meant to do is to have fun, right? And then this is also paid education. You know, I could have sold the long block, I was saying, for $2,500. Sure, you are right. But I took that initiative to, I bought the car, it had the motor in it, it ran. Why not just have some fun? Push this motor with what I have learned over time and with all these stock motors and see what we could do. And guys, literally a part failed because of strength. It wasn't of a tuning issue, a fueling issue, a head gasket issue, a ring-land issue. It wasn't any of those, guys. It was literally just the part. We're revving this thing out to like 8,200 RPMs, and we are making 800 horsepower. I mean, it's gonna break. So I just don't want anybody to be frustrated, guys. Take it as my $2,500 class of furthering my education. That's what it is, and it is to have fun, show you guys, and be transparent with you guys, and show you the honest truth behind making power with a stock motor. So today, continuing with that, we are going to get this thing pulled apart, and I am going to indeed show you guys along the way that this thing was 100% stock. There's no gray areas, nothing weird going on. We weren't making power on a built motor. This thing is indeed stock. I can see its stock rod broken in there. It is kind of questionable because this thing did have copper coated head gaskets, didn't have the right heads that it originally comes with. This would be a B25 cylinder head car. These are D25s, which would come off a WX. Why it has those, I'm not sure. I don't know the whole life of the car. This thing had quite a bit of miles on it when we got it. So there was some questionable work. It may or may not have head studs. We'll find out. To be honest with you guys, I've had ARP 2000s end up pushing coolant easier than stock head bolts. So I would be not surprised if we get in here and it's stock head bolts, because this thing didn't have any issues of head gasket related, as you guys heard me say. But I went ahead and took initiative last night, got the coolant drained, so that way I'm not dealing too much of coolant today. It's a motor pull, so you're gonna have to deal with some coolant. To start the day out, always start with your battery. We're gonna disconnect battery, get that pulled out of the way. And then from there, you know, we'll go to the basics. We can probably get our radiator out of the way since I drained that. We can get our intake off, start getting our downpipe off. I'm gonna drain the oil, bring you guys along. Let's go ahead, get this thing pulled out. All right, let's start out with the basics first. Let's drain the oil in this thing. Some of you might think this thing doesn't have any oil in it, but you guys are gonna be surprised because it sure does have some oil in it. And by some, I mean it should have quite a bit still in there, reading off the stick. Yep, there she goes. Nice and clean. Nothing really crazy going on in there. No mixture of what I can see right now. We'll wait till later until we get the pan off, but everything looks pretty normal from here on. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna find some bit of metal in there because obviously it blew the top of the damn block off. So I'm sure there's gonna be some in there. I'm gonna let that drain for right now. It's cold, so it's gonna take a moment here. I'll get the filter off and we'll let this kind of drain for just a moment here. And then I'll kind of recap over some stuff. See if I can get in here. This is gonna be a messy teardown today. Not been one of the most fun. Fuck it. We'll leave the filter on until I get it off because I think it's kind of a bitch to get off. Looking underneath this thing, guys, obviously there's gonna be some oil. We just had a pretty big failure. There's some remnants of oil here. Nothing was really coming out of our AOS, guys, so that also shows that we were doing something right with the motor to where it wasn't like it was puking its brains out when we were at that power. This thing does have a little love tap right there on that resonator. Other than that, guys, pretty clean. Not much oil under here. Thankfully, it wasn't like that damn thing where I had to spend the whole day brake cleaning the bottom of the car because that thing was just destroyed. When that thing sent the rod out the K24, it just coated the whole car. This thing, thankfully, a much smaller scale. I mean, we are gonna have some stuff we gotta clean up, obviously, under here, and it's mostly all contained up here, but that's at least a lot better than what, like I said, the Honda was when it sent the rod out the back of the block. It just oiled the whole damn thing down. So I'm gonna let that drain for a moment, put this thing back down. We'll get the radiator out, start getting the basics off. I'll probably start undoing the downpipe right now while this thing's in the air. Try to do some things so I don't have to keep going up and down. Then we can get this thing out of the car. Another question I'm probably gonna get, or a comment down below. Someone commenting that they lost their stock motor at 300 horsepower. How the hell are you guys making 800? There's no way, there's no possibility. And I just want to tell you guys, yes, you can absolutely lose a motor at 300 wheel, and obviously you can absolutely lose a motor at higher horsepower. I have more customers I can count out there, 500 wheel stock motors. They've been going on. I've been doing tuning now for close to 2 years, and I haven't had any issues. Now there's gonna be some cars out there that have had failures, and you know, it tends to be with the higher horsepower of the stock motors. When I say higher horsepower, I mean I have plenty of 500 cars out there. They're living, going good. People daily drive them, enjoy them all the time. And then you have a smaller range into the 600, and then it gets even smaller as you go, obviously 700 and 800. Stock motors, that stuff just doesn't live forever, guys. The 500 you can get away with the proper parts, which is number one, guys. Number one is doing the right parts on the car that work together, are efficient. Number two with that is fuel system. Fuel system is everything when it comes to making this power on any motor. Doesn't matter if it's built motor, stock motor, and keeping it alive. So fuel system and efficient parts, good parts. You want something good behind the computer, taking care of your pride and joy. Definitely that is a key factor. But then there's you know, you have the customer yourself, and you know, you driving the car, you make the decision on how long that thing's gonna live. My favorite saying out there is, if you treat a car like a race car, it's gonna break like a race car. And it doesn't matter, you have the best top of the line parts out there, best of everything. If you mistreat the car, it will 100% absolutely break. It doesn't matter if you mistreat it. And when I say mistreat it, guys, I'm talking like 5th and 6th gear pulls, topping it out, doing your high-speed runs, racing light to light, racing in 100+ degree weather. You know, the things that are a lot of it is common sense. Some is being informed right, but these Subarus, you know, they have oil system issues and things that come with that. I'm trying to put it in the right words so no one roast me about this. Oil temp. Oil temp's huge on these cars. They have issues with oil temp. Oil temp, obviously, if it gets too hot, it's going to take your motor out, because then the oil loses viscosity, and I'm no engineer of oil, so don't take it that way, but I can tell you that it will damage your engine, and especially doing those 5th and 6th gear pulls, getting things that hot, it's not good for them, guys. So usually that's the conversation I have with customers is don't do the light pulls. Do a pull in your car, let it cool down, then enjoy it again later on. Don't just be beating the shit out of a car, because obviously it's going to break. So that's just my little input there for you guys. Take it how you want. I'm sure there's going to be people that don't agree with this still, but that's all right. We're here to show you guys a good time, and that's the Forester's aim. We aren't here for a long time, but for a good time. All right, been making good progress in the background, guys. This thing is 100% ready to pull right now. It's up in the air, ready to go. I just have one bolt holding in, but I figured I'd show you before I get this thing out. There's our damage, boys. Yeah, definitely sent the rod up there, and things don't look too hot if you put a light down in there. And I definitely saw some remnants of whatever came apart in here. You know, all the splatter of metal through the wastegate. So gonna have to pull the turbo out of the housing, inspect. Everything looks good through the downpipe, but then again we drove it back, so whatever was there obviously got cleared out, because it's not like this thing just shut off. It actually drove. So we'll see how things look, but I don't think that head's gonna be good, and I got to inspect the turbo. So that one is the one I'm mad about. This I expected it. Obviously it still rotates over, it just has a dead cylinder. It was indeed number 1 that said, "I'm out, boys." I thought it was number 2, just at a quick glance, but it was definitely number 1 that's gone. So let me go ahead and get that bolt out, get this thing ripped out on a stand, and we will tear this thing down together. I got my secondary tech. What's up, my blow up partner? Partner in crime.
How is it?
Didn't this blow up because of you?
It did.
Damn.
Yeah, I got an Evo motor you can put in it though.
It looks pretty dickered. It's pretty bad when you look in the hole. Coming out, looks decent up top, right? The normal, the standard.
Yeah,
but
nice.
There is some nice metal through the wastegate dump tube, so
Really?
that's a bad side.
Fuck.
So we're gonna have to inspect the old turbski, because that shit's
If you want the DV Nemo special rebuild, it may or may not be balanced.
it'll work for a week.
You can still send it.
Yeah, if you look down there, it's pretty bad. Number 1.
Your crank is mint.
You're right. The crank's mint. It really sent it right off the crank. The bearing wasn't the problem.
The rod bolts broke? Probably.
Yes, that would make the most sense, because the bearing
Have you found the rod?
or the journal doesn't look fucked up at all.
Oh, you found the rod?
No, it's in there. You should look down in there. Get your light and look over at that piston. That thing's fucking mint. The rod's like folded in half, and yeah, she's a bit special.
I guess if that happens, then you keep sending her to the moon.
We didn't listen to the red line, bro. That was what the problem was.
How many broken ass pieces you got in here?
I don't know. That's the gold mine there.
You see this one that's here?
Mm-hmm.
At least your
It didn't even break that. It didn't break this, but she's tilted. She's got the drift angle.
Your coolant temp sensor's mint.
Wire harness was mint. It drove into the pen. We started it up again a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah, the hood didn't like it. She fired right up. Cold start, baby.
Oh, what?
Probably should have unplugged that cylinder because I'm sure it probably tried to hide the rocket.
Yeah, how's your...
My Turbski, she's a... I don't think you're going to see anything directly in the back of it. You're going to have to pull it, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it spins.
You can always rebuild it.
It'll be fine. She'll be mint. All right, we got through the boring stuff, got this thing on the stand, getting ready to pull this thing apart. Left all the major things on it, timing components. We're gonna pull the plugs out. I'm guessing that that plug is real gone. What do you think?
Probably looks
Think it's gonna be mint?
It's gonna look like Jared's plug. Remember that thing?
I do remember it completely gone.
Yeah, that was a drop valve.
And also, we looked in the housing of the turbo. It does look like the turbo is good. I still need to pull it out of there, but so far, just at a quick glance, shining the light in there, everything looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that plug out. Chase, you wanna hold the camera?
Yeah.
He can be the roller. Having a stand makes this kind of hard. Or are you pulling the plug out?
I'll give you this so you can pull it out.
All right, that's probably gonna need that whole impact for that.
Yeah. She's probably seized in
Fire number one, that's the problem.
Uno.
Oh, it's coming out.
That was really easy.
That means our head is still good.
Look
for
at
the
that
most
bad
part.
boy.
That's number one, baby.
Well,
This motor's number one.
That looks good.
that's cylinder 2, right, though? That's not 1.
This is one.
Yeah, but that's 2.
God, do you even know how to work on these cars?
First
Well,
day on the
no.
job.
Listen here, pal. For troubled individuals like yourself, at least they label the problem on the cylinder.
Well, no, I know
Number
what
one,
cylinder you're
number
pulling out,
two.
but is that 2 or
We
is
can
that
tell
1?
who doesn't build motors around here, can't we?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I know what you're saying, Chris.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not. Initially, I thought it was number 2, so I'll give you that. Just at quick glance, but not at physical glance. That's when this plug doesn't come out. Or like taking the wind. No, she's good. Mmm.
Smell like fuel?
Smells very good. Smells like the E.
All right, now here we go.
This side, obviously this side
2 and
should
4.
be good. Nice.
Did you have a cylinder 4 cooling mod is the question.
I didn't, you know.
didn't.
That's probably the cause of why my number 1 cylinder left the chat.
Yeah,
If I would have had number 4
If
problem
if
fixed,
4
then it
was
would have fixed
cool.
number 1.
Look how easy those came out.
Damn.
Look at those tips.
It's almost like they're not cracked. You want to physically look? Are you sure? You might crack it.
No, even when he's he dropped it. No, you didn't.
Now we know how to get cracked every so often.
Oh, golly.
That's your check. You from
now
a shop?
now it's
Buy
cracked.
the eBay spot.
It's cracked
You got
now.
any plug gap in here?
No, we don't give those specs out. No, at least they labeled the problem on this unit.
Hey now.
Mitsubishi, huh?
You just
That's
wait.
your people.
It is. You ready for this?
Yours is gonna do it just as hard as this. What are you talking about? We're gonna take out that Varus bumper
Ooh. And the hood.
and the hood. Ooh, yeah, I know about the hood life. And there we have it, boys. There's our stock motor. Right inside of it. We're gonna pull this head off, see if it is gonna be indeed good, which having the good spark plug there indicates that it probably is good. Let's put the light down there, if it's even worth it. Maybe I'll get a camera one day for this. The piston looks mint.
Can you see it?
Yeah, look at that.
Holy shit. It does
Looks
look
like
nice.
she hasn't touched a head in a day in their life.
Maybe it just boost that came out and nothing else.
That's exactly, that was my giant boost leak.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Blew a intercooler pipe. Alright, I'm gonna get this cam caps pulled off. We're gonna get this head pulled off.
Oh
What's the matter there, bud?
God.
Do you see it?
That wasn't your piston you were looking at. That's your rod sideways.
I know. The rod's in there, a little pancaked. She's about as straight as Chase.
I think the piston's fine. The rod though.
Big moment.
Oh,
What?
look at that
It's
pop.
mint. She cracked it. Dude, look at how bad. It's mint. How's the head? I can't see.
The head
Dude, the
looks
head is
perfect.
tits.
Woohoo! That's a win in my book.
She's titties.
Dude.
You got a crack on your camera.
No, I don't. Where?
Right there. That tiny little thing. What is that? Right here in the front.
Hello?
Nope.
Fucking no.
You see it? Josh, do you see the little thing?
Look at that though. That's all fuel from when I started this thing.
Oh, that is
Fuel.
nice.
Oh, it cracked the piston.
Well, yeah, set the rod right into it. Should we just try to pry her out?
I
Yeah.
think you get her.
Did we blow a gasket at all?
Ooh, that is nice copper steel.
Look at that copper seal. Looks like on an OEM head gasket too, though.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? Is that the secret?
That's the Honda boy way, but no, I definitely don't. But I don't see anything blowing out on the bottom at all. It wasn't pushing anything.
Nice.
Pretty happy about that. 40 pounds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Didn't push
I thought the
anything.
piston was gonna be.
I thought for sure it was gonna
Do you
hit the
think she can
valve.
come out?
I think the block is fine.
Block's good. Just weld her up.
You think
Hit her on out. Fuck up my cylinder wall.
Oh,
Oh, he gave her the 180. Come on, you're almost there. Pretty much there. God damn, there. Woo!
yummy,
Beautiful.
yummy. Here, let me
Oh my.
go ahead and grab your rod out of your block for you. Oh, look at the bolt.
Yeah, we broke a rod bolt there. That was the problem.
Damn.
Which I'm not surprised of how far we were revving it. Broke the rod bolt, slapped the rod around. Broken probably the best way possible though. Hit the piston so damn hard that.
Dude, that's pretty fucking
That's
sick.
crazy.
I heard it drop
The
to the
crank
pin,
actually-
though.
Look at the crank looks Mitch. We got a good crank. I'm joking, by the way. Once you have something like this happen, probably not such
I'd
a good
run
crank.
that crank. I don't give a fuck.
You want it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll use it for one of your test cars. All right, put this over here.
That's his.
All right, I got the pan off. Some of you will notice, obviously, Devin's here, so you'll see some of this is a mixture on his channel, kind of trying to separate some of it, but what we have here is a pan, and this thing is full of that piston. What's left of it, I think this is what's left of our bearing there. That flat piece, no longer really visible. I think parts of the block are in here. Pretty bad, but other than that, I mean, it looks pretty clean in there. You know, it's clean as it can be. Obviously, it had a huge failure, so there's gonna be metal no matter what in the pan. One thing that we did notice with taking this thing apart and pulling the pan off, it does indeed have a Killer Bee oil pickup, which that's at least a nice upgrade. I wasn't expecting it. Doesn't necessarily need it for what we're doing, but it's obviously a nice upgrade for any build. So has a stock baffle in there, which everything looks to be in good condition. This will go on the shelf. That's probably no good, honestly, because I'm seeing so much of that shit in there. I'm just gonna toss that thing. It's just chunks. So now the last thing is this head. I'll probably go as far as stripping the whole short block. That way we can just get it out of here, get it done. Everything's gone. Head's still being good. Those will get sent off. We're gonna get these things ported, built, and then there'll be other things coming for this, but I think it's lunchtime, don't you?
Yeah.
You gonna get lunch with us for once? Come on, Rabbit.
He'll come over there and hang out, but he's not getting it.
Might come watch you guys.
I'll give you some lettuce.
Yeah, that'll work.
He's on his diet.
I can give you this.
One day he'll teach me how the physique works. That way I can look younger.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas, Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus, the bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment, the moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning. Fast lane, living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. Life up in the fast lane, fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground.